Here we go. It's Friday night, race number 7, FSBRacing.com, Winston Cup 88 on Friday nights. 29 cars at Kansas. And on the pole is the FSB driver, Jim Christopher. And with me tonight in the booth is, as usual, the voice of FSB Racing, Greg Bernardo.
What's up, Milty, everyone? How's it going? And yeah, big field tonight, Milty. Kansas. This is not the game track. This is an aftermarket track or an add-on track, Milty. Kansas Night FSE, I think 2014. So it's a pretty challenging track. We had a pretty good race on the Chicken Run, which is our mini race of the Friday night runs, and good turnout there too. Some good racing, and I expect to see the same here. A lot of green flag run.
Very nice qualifying for the 40 car of Jim Christopher. Obviously, a veteran driver, but new to FSB, and he's in the FSB division.
Yeah,
and he's got some pros. You've raced against him quite a bit.
Yeah, he's a FSB driver in name only, Melty. He's definitely someone to be reckoned with. As you can see, our qualifying is usually measured by the thousandths of a second, Milty, and he has a 400ths of a second lead, which is quite large in our racing. So yeah, killed that qualifying lap. Jeff Hale second. Troy Higgins showing up, Milty. Not as frequently as we'd like, but he showed up and put down a solid qualifying effort. And you know, when you're not driving full time, sometimes starting in the front is exactly what you need. A lot less stress, and you can focus on just keeping the car under you.
We got a good driver, we got a good pit crew. All we
I don't want to be
everybody
back
carrying
on
the
this
weight. We'll be just fine.
Yeah, with us, our in-car reporter, Sean Reap in the 62. What's up, Sean?
Not much. Just getting ready to race here. I'm starting on the inside here in 5th place. I think I'll drop down a little bit for a missing man formation on the formation lap there for Mike Baker.
Yeah,
then let's go racing.
We're going to be talking about this all night, but very sad news in our league. Our great friend Mike Baker passed away suddenly at night, and devastated the whole league, and we'll elaborate more on some of the stuff that's already happened and is going to happen, along with other FSB news, which has been a really newsworthy week.
It's really been a full week, full roller coaster of emotions this week as we get the command. And yeah, we'll have plenty of time to go into a lot of subjects this week, besides just this racing on the track, which we're going to see here. And going up to the front there, did we see that 40 car in the Western Auto Chevrolet paint? And sharp paint job for a real sharp driver, Milty. And if the rest of the field doesn't, maybe not familiar with him, they're gonna know him real quick. Jeff Hale, everyone knows him. Outside pole for Jeff. Quality run in the Chicken Run for Jeff as well. So Jeff knows his track. He's starting right where he wants to, front row, Milty.
Then you got every time he runs a race, he's in the top 5 in qualifying, Bill Yarborough.
Yeah, there's that man, Milty.
There's that man, mama.
There he is, and he's right on the back bumper, Jeff Hale, which is probably going to be a familiar sight tonight. And there's Troy Higgins in that Geico car, the number 19. Troy, great qualifying effort. Let's see if he can turn that into something positive. There's our own Sean Reap. Also, thank him for the sponsorship of the series, Pony Express.
That's Mark.
You're part of it. And away we go, green flag. Jim Christopher leading us down here.
That's Christopherson, by the way.
Christopherson, that's right. And with this big field, let's see if we can get to that clean start. We see the 47 car, Josh Elliker, bouncing around just a bit there, Milty. See if that connection settles in. Looking for a nice clean start so far. So far good. There we see Pinky getting onto that apron, and that might be something we talk about throughout the night too, Milty. That apron can be your friend. Down the front stretch, we may see the apron come into play. So we'll keep an eye on that. We see the rest of the field stream out, and so far so good.
Jim Christopherson, the highwayman, leads them down, and Elliker is blinking, wagging his tail there with a connection. We'll look at his connection here. Is definitely wagging a little bit there.
As we go back to the front, Stofferson
Seem to be mellowed out here a little bit.
Yeah, maybe as these cars string out a little, Milty, that connection will settle in. Jeff right behind him. No hurry here. Just underway. Kansas Speedway. Aero 88 Series, FSBRacing.com, Friday Night Racing. Just completing lap 3 of 107 big laps here at Kansas.
Troy Higgins also always up front. And there he is again. Just kind of pacing right there in that Geico car.
And there's black car, Bill Yarbrough right behind him, 54 car. And there's our in-car racer, Sean Reese, right behind Bill there.
Hello.
Just cruising around. Looks like you got a nice little gap behind him. No pressure. Ken Hansen. Again, Milty, I think we're going to have to talk about the 9 car yet again.
Around.
Oh, and Jeff Hale's around.
Whoa! Oh, nice move by
Oh, and he just snuck by. Oh, and the 60 car, Perry is into the wall.
Slow down, Troy. Oh, Troy goes all the way down the brakes and just gives him a little nudge. That was a good job by the veteran Troy Knoll to just get on those brakes, boy.
And Jeff Hale, let's take a look back at that, Milty.
Rick Johnson also in the back there. Wow.
Yeah, this set can get aero loose around here, especially in a tight pack like that, and I don't know if he had help or if that was just the case.
It looked like he just got loose, and man, everyone did a great job of avoiding him.
He started coming around on him in the center of the corner there, and man, he like could feel it, and he started to correct a little, and it was around. Oh my gosh, did they get that? Was close calls there. Great job for everybody for getting on them binders, man.
Yeah, and I don't know what, I think that was the, I believe that was the 51 car, Scott McClendon, that had that close call there, Milty. And,
yeah. Got with a great run last week, and
yeah, let's see if we can take a look at that again. And yeah, that was a wild ride the 51 took. Let's take a look from his perspective there.
Question is, did he blink or not? Sometimes you do, but really, these guys are really focused.
And we see Jeff come spinning down off the track. Just a little tap of the brake and he was by.
Oh, great job there. No panic. He didn't just crank the wheel. He got on the brakes first and took a split second to say, which way do I got to go?
Yeah,
that's just how you do it.
Yeah, that's
great
some
job by Scott.
Yeah, that's some quality heads-up driving. Good anticipation there, Milty. And, man, it happens in just, I mean, less than a blink of an eye, and Jeff was by him.
No harm, no foul for the 29, except he's lost a bunch of track position. But, you know, I think you spin one like that, and you dodge a bullet. You really get focused after that, you know. So you better look out for that 29. He's gonna have you either get focused or you get snake bit, you know. Then you start worrying a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at this back of the field, and it's quite a who's who of FSB in the back of the field right now. There's the 6 car, Mark DeSenza, showing in 27th position, Milty. I don't know if I've ever said Mark DeSenza in the 27th position, and he just slammed it to the back of the 9 car.
The back of the 9 car.
Wow, I don't know what happened there. I don't. And man, that was a pretty good hit the '09 took there.
Oh no! Yeah, there had to be some kind of computer failure there.
Yeah, it looked like Mark just didn't stop at all, and
Rick Johnson back in and back out for
now Mark moving back up into. I
service.
think they're repositioning themselves now from the incident, and yeah, either Mark's, wasn't have can't believe Mark wasn't paying attention. That's just not like him. Um, so we'll chalk that up to maybe just something glitched up on his computer momentarily, and he wasn't able to stop the car in time. There we see Jeff Hale.
Pretty much on the scanner, we just hear sorry. Damn. I think he might have brain farted there. Very unlike the champion.
Yeah, very much so. And there's a 25 car, Slim Jim Gately, the professor, in 18th, moving his way up from the back.
Yeah, 47 is pitting, probably for connection issues, because he looks like he's claymation out there right now.
Yeah, we noted that a little earlier, and we see a little twitch.
That's one I got to write down right there. That was good, Sean.
Unfortunately, just a little twitch of the car. He's not disappearing or blinking, but he's definitely stuttering.
Yeah, he's walking like an Egyptian there.
And it appears he may have had a disconnect, Milty.
Walk like an Egyptian.
That's too bad. 47 car, he's definitely a threat.
He's
oh yeah,
a stud,
heck of a
man.
driver.
And yeah, that would be too bad if.
That's been a story with Jim Christopher a lot of nights too. On server 2, it seems like he was having trouble staying connected when he was, still very fast. But he's had his connection issues ironed out lately, and you can see the result up there in P1.
Yeah, and yeah, solid job of leading the race off, keeping the lead, keeping Jeff Hale behind you, Milty. That's no small feat in and of itself, whether it's for one lap or a dozen laps.
He also picked up his first FSB Cup win Monday on Bristol when he beat me on the green flag pit stop somehow. I'm still trying to figure it out, but congrats to Jim on that.
Yeah, so he's tasted victory lane in FSB, and now he's looking to...
the highwayman right there, Jim Christopherson.
That's right.
I'm a highwayman.
Yeah, we got to make that stick.
Oh, sideways, the 80, spinning the tires. He was looser than a goose right there. He went left and right and back again and saves it while the rest of the field was going, Ed Finley going to hold on to this thing.
And, of course, maybe one rule of FSB, Milty, that may have saved them is the no passing to the backstretch rule. So the guys behind them were maybe prepared for, a more modest start, and they were able to give him the room he needed to catch it and get going, and green flag is still out.
Mark the scissor on the apron. It's heavy pressure from the 09 that gets passed by the 52, and then there's the man right there. There's, geez, five-time Pro Cup champion Rick Johnson.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Rick out on a Friday night Aero 88 run. Of course,
he's got a ring on every finger, folks.
Yeah, he has, and if you count his other series wins and championships,
former FSB Cup, a
sportsman champion multiple times, Grand National champion. I mean,
a 6 is not right, man. Some ain't right with that boy right now, but he is. Maybe he's getting it together. He gets by the 99.
Now Ryan Johnson to the lead. Got around Jim Christopherson.
Yeah, and we're watching some really good dicing and slicing here in the back. Mark DeSenza. See what's going on with Mark here. Rick Johnson right behind him.
After Ed Finley, and they got two cars.
Yeah, and they got two wide racing in front of them.
Oh, the Connection Gremlins have hit the 40 car. He was in the grandstands there.
And that's been the 40's bugaboo is also the connection issues that claimed Josh already. And there we see the 40 car, and there we see the 59 in front. So Ryan Johnson, our new leader, Milty, and man, Ryan is just really another guy. We, of course, are going to talk a lot about Mike.
Well, his son
Milty.
just got a driver's license, you know, and so I posted on his Facebook page, like I said, Mr. Miyagi says, license don't replace eye, ear, and brain.
Yeah, and Ryan's another guy that's really upped his game over the last few seasons, and winning races now. Threat almost every race he shows up at, and now here he is,
Got
27
Reed
car
taking a
field,
look
and
down on the 54, making that pass.
It's the other way around. I'm getting passed on the outside here.
He's getting passed on the outside.
Yeah, I took a look under the 78, and I end up with 2 cars passing me on the outside instead.
Got a father and son combo here, which is soon to be father, son, and son, the Codians and Codianis.
yeah,
They're
there's
actually
57 William.
his first. He's already been winning like a big dog here in the FSB Cup, and now this is his first show up to the show.
And there's 13 Dad. And of course, Harry running the Skull Bandit colors. Might need Mr. Reap there to take a look at that 13 on the roof there. Looks like it might be pointing the wrong direction.
Yeah, I didn't do that one.
We'll have to.
He's got it late model style, huh?
Yeah,
Maybe Sammy did it.
He's got World of Outlaws going on there, I think. And look at the big pack of cars, though, here. 07, 18, 57, and everyone just clumped together. And there's Sean with Jerry and then Bill Yarbrough, nose to tail.
Then there's a huge gap from 15th to 16th, a new separate pack.
Yeah,
I do so love it when the spotter says clear after I've already slid up behind their bumper.
Oh boy,
just
Harry
sure.
Codian and Mr. Bond, James Bond, right behind Slim. This is a huge battle. Then you got the 51 in front of him, Scott McClendon. They're just going for it here.
Yeah, and
There's nowhere to go. Oh, a little bit of contact with Harry and Mr. Bond.
yeah, there's some good two by two racing. Slim
Oh
and
boy, they're close.
and Scott McClendon there
Professional
also
sim racing,
side
folks.
by side. Going back up, man. There's just too many battles to keep a track here. Back to the 78, 62 are going at it, and F. Jerry showing that he can turn just left, Milty. We know F. Jerry knows how to turn right, but starting to knock down some ovals here.
Yeah, I saw Ray Lewis earlier in the fictional pits, and cheering Jerry on with that Baltimore Ravens paint scheme there.
And Bill Yarbrough sliding up the fourth. Troy Higgins solidly in third, Milty. He's been in P3 basically since the green flag started this race.
Just riding a seasoned pro, many years of experience, and always fast.
And
Always up front.
Christopherson taking a little peek there at Ryan, but backed off just a bit. But when you back off, as what Sean found out, boy, you fall into the clutches of everyone right behind you that wants to take that position from you. He had to fight off Troy for a couple of turns there, and it looks like he was successful. A lot of single file racing here at the front.
Nose to tail back all through the group. A little bit of gap. 0.3 of a second between 8th, 9th, and 10th is. I think there's 5 cars trying to battle for the 10th position, and that's hurting them just a little bit here.
And our admin, Ken Soska in the 07, Ken Hansen, Slim Jim right there, Dan Jones, the aforementioned Mr. Bond right there. and as is Scott and Harry. So they're hanging on to this final piece of the pack, but that gap may be widening just a bit here. Now Slim takes control.
Oh, dude. Come on.
And
Oscar gets a little bit out into the marbles there, has to get out of it.
And
I don't think he wants to deal with that pressure. He's like, heck with this. Just kind of let these guys by, but you really got to fight with this close. I mean, these guys were within tenths and hundreds here.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's Jerry and Sean side by side. And side by side, Bill Yarbrough and Christopherson. And now Bill Yarbrough takes the position. Jerry and Sean. And it's
really
just
good on saving tires.
Some tight racing going on here.
He's seen this rodeo before, and but obviously Jim has with a lot of experience in other leagues. So we're gonna have to see how he deals with this in the long run here.
Oh, and there's some tight racing with Jerry and Christopherson in the 40 car, Milty. And
he's coming and getting better. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jerry really getting pushed here and looking to make a move as soon as he sees something.
Oh boy, really close between Harry and the 9 of Ken Hansen. Almost got in the back of him. Might have just given him a little love tap, and he's going to make that pass, I think. I don't know. That outside line has been pretty good, but you're seeing now with laps on the tires that the mid to bottom line seems to be working better.
Yeah, we just seen a pass for the lead. Troy Higgins gets pushed by Bill Yarbrough, and they thunder by Ryan Johnson into the lead. So now Troy Higgins first, Bill Yarbrough second, Ryan back to third, and now Jerry with a challenge.
So much for air on the nose.
Yeah, there's some very tight racing here at the front, and several leaders now. Now Bill, I know, is going to want to get that lead.
Oh boy, right in the middle of that is Bill Martino in the 18. Haven't mentioned him yet. He's all over the.
And that 40 car seems to be falling back just a bit here. We don't know if that's a planned move. He just feels it's getting a little too hot and heavy, or if he got on the outside and there's almost contact there.
Server issues there or something.
Yeah, I think the 40 might be having some issues connection-wise.
Connection issues.
Nice job by him giving those guys something to race for without causing a caution there. Yeah, I saw some blinking there going on, so looks like we're okay now.
Yeah, it was a lot. 29 guys from all over the world at the speed of light, connected in several to each other and the server and us, and we're talking at the same time, and you can't even tell the difference. It's technology beyond what I would ever thought when I was playing my little slot cars or my cars in the dirt in the backyard when I was a little kid.
And this lead pack, though, has really not fallen apart as much as I thought it would. And you can see as we go up to the front, Troy Higgins, Bill Yarbrough, then just a little gap back to Ryan and Jerry, side by side now.
Codiani on the inside of the 62, and he makes the pass.
Yeah, and it looks like that inside line is the preferred line, and once you get pushed to the outside, it's really difficult to get back in line as well, as we can see there. And the 57 with a nice pass, and now let's see what the 62 gets right up on the back bumper, trying to take some air off the spoiler there. And
yeah, so that's how he got by me. I got right up on Jerry there, and I had to get out of it, and that gave William a run.
Yeah, and now that gives Slim Jim and the 007 a run, but now Jerry gets caught on the outside, and William going to take yet another position. So William on the move, moving forward, Milty.
It seems like if you get shuffled to the outside, then you go back.
And there's a tight battle with Slim and Dan, and it looked like Slim wanted to get down low and in, and Dan didn't want him to take that spot.
Oh,
and it was very close. And there's William down onto the apron trying to make a move on Ryan.
They're really brave with that apron, man. couple times I saw it, I was like, oh no, but they're using it, and it definitely upsets the car, but not enough to
And they're
spin them
slicing and
out.
dicing here. Almost 3 wide, Ryan, Sean, and Jerry.
Ryan's pitting.
Now Ryan pitting.
This is kind of early. 40 is pitting, right?
Well, he's part of the group that stayed out.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And we are on lap 33, so if
That's
he
right
did
at the
stay
window.
out,
Yeah,
I
that's
can
right
see
there.
that. And green flag stops are happening for the cars that elected to stay out on that first caution, Bilty. And Troy and those guys all came in, I believe.
07,
So
Ken is pitting.
we'll keep an eye on the race and on the track as some initial pit stops are going on. We can see
Yeah, I
Ken
took 2
Hansen.
tires on it.
See Ken Hansen and Bill Martino battling it out here in this lead pack.
Ken Saska in the Gatorade Chevrolet Monte Carlo down to the pit road speed. Nice entry. Got on the brakes. Very fast. Looked really good. Went into a stall. Nice and easy. And a little tentative there. He's going to lose probably a second there or two to the guys that really nail it.
And we can see pit stops continuing. We're watching Jeff Hale, Mark DeSenza, Rick Johnson here, and trying to pick up a position here on what we're seeing. And we can see that's 11th, 12th, and 13th as pit stops are happening. So there's 3 veterans there running just in a row. It doesn't look like anyone's interested in passing right now, Milty. They're just trying to make time.
They're trying to feel this out. Each run is different, and what you do at the beginning of the run is so important to what you got left at the end with green flag racing like this.
Yeah, the cars that pitted, what are we thinking, Sean? How many more laps?
I'm showing 5.
Okay, so Milty, just a few more laps before we should see our leaders in. That's Troy Higgins, who's done a fabulous job out front here, Milty. Just keeping Bill Yarbrough at an arm's length at all times, and that's no easy task to do at all. But how about that 57 car coming on strong, fresh off a FSB truck win last night?
Well, his dad is just beams about him all the time, and he says, wait till he does GTP. He's just going to be another young stud that kicks your butt, and he ain't lying because this guy's got some real talent.
Yeah, and he knows he's not afraid
And
to
Harry's
use the
pretty
car
good,
where it needs to go, and he just made a power move on the 54 car, and it looks like William has done a great job of conserving those tires early on, Milty, and now he's letting that car loose, and he just drove around Bill Yarbrough.
09 is pitting, 1847.
So some of our leaders in our lead pack are pitting as we go on back. You see Ken Hansen, 51. There's Jeff Hale, Mark DeSenza, Rick Johnson, and I think the caution is out.
Something is out. Yeah, caution is out. Did those cars pit or not? I'm not sure.
Not really seeing a cause of the caution right now.
Nope. The spotter said there was a car on the front stretch.
Yeah, didn't. So this could scramble up some standings here.
Could be Ken Saska. Of course, he was. No, I'm sorry. Wasn't him.
And let's just catch up here to the pace cars. We see Troy Higgins has caught the pace car. There's our running order going on lap 39 of 107. So pit stops. We'll stay live with these pit stops here. And Troy leads them down pit lane here. We see the 54, 25. There's Harry in the 13. A 007 car coming in. Some cars are staying out, of course, that already pitted. Some may be a lap down, some may not. So this could have worked out for some cars. We'll find out once we watch these pit stops finish up. 57, there we see our 62 car there getting his left sides on. 54 getting his service complete. There's the 19, our leader. Let's see if Troy can hold on to the lead here. And it was tight at the line between the 19 and 57. We'll have to see who got that. I think maybe the 19 did.
Looks like it.
And great drag race off pit lane there between Troy and William. And Sean moves up nicely to the 3rd position.
Whoops, nope, Bill just got me.
Well, Bill nipped him, so 4th for the 62, 3rd for the 54.
Oh, end of longest line for William.
Oh, and just a little too racy coming off, and that's the enthusiasm of youth took
Not
him
only
there.
that, not only that, but this pit road's very easy to speed on with being cone to cone instead of
Yeah.
stall to stall.
And let's hope that black flag clears for him if he drops back to the back there.
Oh, it's just an end of longest line. That won't screw him up. It's a green flag one, so you just don't want to get here.
So as we come around, let's get a refreshed running order here. And we're going to have a lot of, looks like 4 cars on the tail end of the lead lap. 59, the 40, the 78, and the 07 are on tail end of the lead lap. Troy
Really
Higgins
bad
is
timing
still our
for them.
leader. Yeah, unfortunate timing there. Bill Yarbrough showing 2nd, Sean 3rd, and Slim Jim 4th. I think this will be what our running order will be when we take the green flag here. So as we page down here, we see those 4 cars, and the 18, bad luck, Milty, blown gearbox for Bill Martino, and he is out of the race.
That could have very well been our caution there too.
Yes, you're very right. It could have been gearbox let go and sprayed some oil, grease or oil down onto the track there. We're on lap 40 of 107. So 4 cars on the tail end of the lead lap. And they'll be led by, and these are all really fast cars, or as we saw, Milty, all 4 of them were in that lead pack of cars before the pit stops occurred. So
end of longest line for the 57 and the 007. William got nailed there.
yeah,
And so
we
did
said,
Dan.
yeah, and early on still. So if we still can overcome it, still 60 plus laps remaining in this race. So
And going back in, just might as well top off, I guess.
Yeah, because we are right on the cusp of this being a one-stop race. We're having to come in for a splash.
And these tail end cars really are going to have to drive hard to.
Nice little splash for the 007. Would you like a vodka martini? Shaken nuts, Ted.
Because I'm projecting 33 with 66 to go.
Right,
That is razor thin margin.
Right on the edge of a one-stop race, Milty. So we may see some clutching and grabbing and management, and not a hard racing. And maybe these cars, tail end cars, may benefit from that if Troy is seeing the same thing on his gauges.
Yeah, because if I'm Troy right now, I'm just going to draft off these guys. I'd be no hurry to get around them.
And lights are out on the pace car, so we'll see Ryan lead us off. Ryan, of course, is not our leader. The 19 car, which is in the 5th spot of the running order, is our leader. But these cars will be racing hard to stay right where they are, if not bettering their positions amongst themselves if they can. And there's our leader, the 19 car, Bill Yarbrough 2nd, Sean 3rd. The rest of the field streams out. quickly single file. We see that front stretch at Kansas is really not a front stretch at all. In fact, it looks just like a third turn, if you ask me.
Oh,
Oh, and
good.
there's contact. Bill Yarbrough, Troy Higgins, et al. And man, that was a hard hit by Bill. And the 51 car slides down to the inside.
Boy, Sean is right as sitting duck there. Guys are getting on the binders, though.
yeah, that's why we
Heavy
kept it locked
damage.
down.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you got to do.
And of course,
Billy Arbol, heavy damage on the back of that
caution is
thing.
out. Let's take a look at what happened there.
What I saw was Troy go down to the apron, came up, and it was on.
Rick Johnson silently moving up, the principal, Mr. Five Time.
And we see almost identical to the Jeff Hale spin. Troy's back end started coming around, then Bill Yarbrough was right on the back bumper and
right in the
just
center of the
loosened that
corner,
car
yeah.
up. And yeah, Troy was on for the ride, hard contact, and Bill Yarbrough hard into the wall along with Sean. Not
Yeah, I
as
hit the damn
hard.
clutch instead of the brake.
Yeah, this is cold tire stuff here. I think a little bit.
Yeah, I hit the clutch instead of the brake pedal. I don't think it would have made a darn bit of difference. I had nowhere to
There
go.
we see
Yeah,
cars
I'm just watching
streaming
it.
by and
You were
pops.
you were
just
you were a
snuffed
victim,
by.
my friend. That's racing. That's close racing.
Yep.
You know, you get when you run long green flag runs like this, you get real confident, and where you can put the car. But before the tires get warmed up, it's hard to reset your mind to drive the car differently.
Yeah, and not that this factored in at all, Milty, but Troy is not a full-time driver, and he was under
A lot of pressure,
yeah,
yeah.
a lot of attack.
Well, it'd be like if
and-
I ran this, I mean, I've won championships, but when you're not in the loop and you're not polished, these guys are pro racers. Absolutely, that's definitely. They're making this look easy. It looks like you're watching a real race on TV. Let me tell you, each one of these guys is sawing that wheel in his little rig all over the United States and the world.
Yeah, it looks easy when you watch these guys turn lap after lap, inches from each other. They make it look easy, but I know it's not because I can't do it, and I really want to, and I can't. So.
Well, you keep racing, and you do you
So
do well.
I
and
can
you're
appreciate.
you're a hell of a road racer in iRacing. You're really top class. So you
Not
got
only that.
skills,
Not only that, but Mr. Bernardo there is quietly in third place in the Super Speedway standings.
Donkey Bob, man, that's who he races with. Don't give up.
Just following the Pony Express guys to the checkered flags most weeks.
Yeah, well, I think I still owe you one, so keep that in mind next time you want to pull out.
As we get settled in here again, like we said earlier in the broadcast, the passing of Mike Baker has really affected the league, and also, just been some wonderful stuff though. Him driving his dad's car in the GTP race, winning the race. His son Chris is a stud, world-class Grand Touring prototype driver. All the thoughts and prayers from all the league members, and even his mom. Mike's wife got on, our forum under Mike's name to thank us for, all the thoughts and prayers and all the nice things we said about Mike. And it'd be like if any one of us, passed away. It's devastating. I mean, you develop friendships, you race every week, and just like any kind of club or a bar or something, you look for everybody every week, and then And I didn't even want to race really, and when I found out Chris was going to drive his dad's car and that 018 was going to be out there, and then we went at it, and to watch him win that race, it was just a battle, and talking to him before and after, therapy, I mean, a lot of us lose people, I lost my dad, and this is where I came with my friends in the sim racing community, and hung out and talked about it, and got through it, so
Yeah,
that's what they're gonna
absolutely.
have to do.
Yeah, it was.
He was a
Yeah,
heck of a neat guy, and he was really driving his ass off and working at it real hard and enjoying it like you should enjoy sim racing, shouldn't be, it's competitive, but Mike had that joy of showing up. He couldn't, along with all the contributions he did with the league, and is, you know like, we'll go on and on as the weeks go on.
yeah, it was quite a quite a devastating blow to everyone. Obviously, for Chris and Mike's wife and those close to him, obviously more so than any of us. And yeah, it's tough, Milty, no doubt. It wasn't the most looking forward race for me either, and glad we got through it. Glad Chris uh, did what he did, and I think he's glad that he did it as well, and that's good for him, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and we'll talk about more about that. There
As
was a lot of
we
other neat
get back to
stuff.
the green flag here, lap 49 of 107 at Kansas Speedway, FSB Racing, Aero 88 Series, Friday night. This is what it's all about here at FSB, and the 25 car, the Professor, is back to the front, and he's starting to start. I think he's handing out a test right now to the rest of the drivers. A pop quiz, I think, Milty, and let's see who
Well,
passes the test here.
how about that 29? Is he gonna do a Danny and Guys and spin and win?
Oh,
Former teammates, but now you got Slim Jim there, and then you got the Warthogs.
yeah,
They're coming.
and Jeff has basically went from second to 27th, back to second. There's Ken Hansen as well in the mix here, and there's that 52 car.
Well, the Ken Hansen I mean, he's such a great driver, and he's had every kind of thing that you could happen go wrong this year. His mistakes, other people's mistakes, you know, it's just been horrible for him. But he is, he's due for a top five here,
Yeah,
man.
and Milty's favorite driver, the 23 car, Jim Scharf, right in the mix there, sandwiched between the
Pinky.
big 52 five-timer and Mark DeSenza. Pretty good company to be around.
Well, he was working on, Mark has recovered well too, but Pinky is working on a deal with Tampax to sponsor his car here full time. So we'll have to uh, we'll have to keep you up on
Yeah, we'll
that.
keep you updated to that riveting
Along with
sponsorship news there.
along
Um,
with
Of
pink
course,
cupcakes and
speaking of sponsorship, Milty, in a kind of a sidebar note, uh, the passing of the torch in the league as well is something we're gonna, I guess, have to get into briefly. The big boss man, Jim Ray, has announced his retirement in about 6 months and turning the keys to the car over to none other than our own ex-teammate and well deserved and well respected throughout the league, and that's Sammy Young,
Oh,
the 98
wreck off
car.
4, wreck off 4.
As we get a wreck off of 4 here,
Yeah, looks like Troy went around
and
again.
yeah, it looks like the 19 car was up against the wall there.
I think we had Troy and Troy in that one.
And take a quick look at that and yeah, it was just Troy, the 19 got loose. The 7, Troy Higgins, the 19, T Roy, the 17, did just a great job of tapping the brakes a
That's
couple of
twice.
times.
Look at that. I mean, he locked him up.
That's a
That's
professional
twice.
driver there, Melty.
That's twice that he's avoided disaster by just being smart when he sees smoke. When you see fire, put some water on it, man. Put some brakes on it, man. And that's a great job right there. And that thing was looser than a goose, man, sliding and slipping. He's got to get back to the pits here. Obviously, those tires are done.
Yeah, and we
And
also know that the 19 may have had some damage there, Milty, from that previous incident. And
yeah, yeah.
that car could have been, a little worse for wear.
Unruly.
We see the pace car has taken the charge of the field here, and Slim is our leader still. He's going to lead them down pit road. Jeff Hale, Rick Johnson, Mark DeSenza, our top four. Mark DeSenza.
Oh boy,
Man. And
40,
Jeff Hale.
47 is just really glitching, man. Coming into the pits there.
Yeah, we see that green car
he's
there.
tripping, man.
We'll take a quick
Tough.
look here
I
at
hate that.
Josh Elliker. Yeah, I'm sure he is beyond frustrated when those things are occurring, because sometimes you don't see them in your own
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
vantage. You don't see yourself blinking and shaking. You can see the screen shaking and blinking here, and that's not my screen doing it. That's just me trying to view his car there, and you can see he's disappeared now. I don't know if he's exited out. He's back on pit lane now. So
it's
maybe
looking bad there.
Maybe he's just trying to let the field get by before he rejoins. Yeah, that's very frustrating. And when I first joined FSB, my first few races, I remember Jim had to take me into the trailer early on, Milty, and tell me, look, if your connection's not good, we're gonna kick you off the server if you don't, fall to the back. And I was kind of new to racing, didn't realize it, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong. And he's like, there's something wrong. We all see it. You don't. So, yeah, it's frustrating, to say the least.
Oh, looks like we got some end of longest lines going here. The two of the M4S guys, Slim Jim and 13.
Oh,
Harry Codian dropping back.
So Slim Jim with a big mistake there, our leader of the race, going into these caution laps, and now he's going to have to fall all the way to the back with just 51 laps to go now. So still need to make one more stop.
Yeah, these black flags on this track, it's just unforgiving. Yeah, I just, the pit stop before this one, I tipped 46 for a nanosecond as I crossed the line, and it got me.
Usually if you do that and then back off or stay on the brakes, it'll let you slide. It's each track is different. Oh, that's when it really gets you, man.
Like still on the pace car, showing our leader, the 108 car, Dog Palmer. Don't know if Dog. Yeah, I don't know if Dog went into the pits or not.
Well, he's going to get some team points right here. Well, and then, getting back.
Leader, Ken Soska, Milty, was one of those tail end of the lead lap cars, and now he's back on the lead lap, as is Ryan Johnson. So those two made the most of their venture, as did the 40, as we see in 6th place. So all of those cars that were tail end cars got their laps back.
Well, yeah, without the lucky dog, you got to race for it, and they got caught pitting at the end of their fuel window, and but they managed to stay on the tail end and fight back, and a long race to go here.
Yeah, that happens so rarely for me. That I know once I'm a lap down, I'm probably going to stay a lap down, but man, when you get that lap back in this NR 2003, Milty, you feel rejuvenated, like you've actually accomplished something, and sometimes that can really catapult you for the rest of the race. And let's see, if Ryan and Ken and Christofferson there uh, can make the most out of their good work there.
Well, they were helped by the fact that they were able to stay out and start that restart tail end of the longest line, and then the wreck was behind them coming off too. But otherwise, as you say, it's virtually impossible to get your lap back on a Friday night, especially. Yeah, if you have to start on the inside, you're not getting there.
Professional sim racing at its best here, and you're seeing it, and it's only just a little over the halfway point, folks.
Yeah, and we're going to see Dog
Got
lead this
50 to
field
go
down,
here.
Milty. So Dog going to be leading some green flag laps here coming up. Ken Soska second, Ryan Johnson third, Jeff Hale fourth, Rick Johnson in fifth. So a couple Johnsons in the top five, no relation there, of course. Just
Well,
coincidence.
5-time there, he's lurking now. He got where he wanted to do. He started in the back, then he got where he wanted to go, and now he's like, okay, I'll just stay right here. This guy has command of brute speed and tire saving and everything in between, and he can do it at a whim. A little bounce off the wall there, I think, from Jerry Forkolb.
I
Oh,
almost followed him in.
oh, and the 51 just disappeared right in front of the field, Milty.
Scott McClendon.
He's just gone.
And 40 is bouncing around
Yeah,
along the
and
wall.
the
Oh,
40
motor blowing.
Oh, and we got Steve Weber.
Steve Weber.
Kablamo. Oh, and Rick Piscata gets by on the brakes. Steve Weber, that Monsoon Motorsports, they've been on hard financial times here, and I think that thing done blowed up.
Yeah, you let the smoke out. It's done. Although with this being
Scott
web, you never
McClendon.
know what that was.
Scott McClendon, he is just absolutely, and he is gone. Yeah,
Yeah, and we're watching the 83
his
here.
ping
and
was like at 11.
Bam, the engine let go, and around he went with the oil splattering all over the
He's
track.
He's kaput.
And we see Toto.
Well, my dad used to always say they run really good before they blow up. He was running pretty good, and kablamo. He's gonna have to have him some cactus drink there or something there. And the big cactus, he done.
Yeah, we see another. Looking at the 83, and we see
Whoa!
83 is out.
They're flying right there, aren't they?
Yeah, a little shadow. A little shadowing
yeah.
issues with the old program here.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
So lap 62 of 107 now, so we have, about 46 laps remaining. Still too far to go on a fuel run.
Yep.
Dog's
Dog's
still our
gonna play
leader.
this out. He's gonna play it out. He's still, in his mind, he's saying, I still gotta stop one more time. I got TV time, and we haven't talked about Dog in a long time. And for those that don't know, he's paralyzed from the waist down, and he drives with hand controls, a real badass wheel and stuff, and come so far, and he deals with health problems all the time and stuff, and always has a great attitude. Championship team owner last year, and what is that? Monte Carlo. That car is badass right there. And he's a truck champion. Just like with all these guys, they get the right set of circumstances, they can win this thing.
Daytona 500 winner.
Yep, and he's got a real good shot. He needs a really good finish this week in the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah, and
to
he's triple
try
crown, triple
to
crown
get the
threat.
triple crown. I'm still on the fence about that one. I'm so tired from working such crazy hours and got a bunch of other racing stuff to do. But I think there's still time to sign up. We got 22 signed up so far, I believe.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
commitment. 600 miles, 400 laps. A true endurance race. You just turn left. That's all.
Well, getting back to the change of the guard here, man, Jim, I've known Jim since the beginning, and I've been here almost since the beginning. It's definitely his league, but I mean, we're California buddies. We live close. This is, it was really weird for me I mean, I knew it was going to happen, kind of, but I didn't know when. When he finally told me, because he knows better, he knows me. You don't tell me nothing. I got the mouth. So. But it was like, but at the same time, we got Sam Young. The league is just going to go on just like it was. Got Sam Young, great, who's taking over, and it's going to just keep on going. Jim's going to be able to race. A lot of stuff. When you're an administrator, when you're the Mike Helton of a sim league, 14-year long sim league that's been here and successful all these years, there ain't many people that can say that they've ever done that, and it's and it's going to continue to go. It's time, it's time to go, and he's going to focus on driving because how he got into all this was the passion to drive and the race and
Right, and let's not forget Jim Ray, Pro Cup champion as well, Milty. So
absolutely.
let's not think that he doesn't know
He
the
is
steering
such a
wheel
good
from the
He is
tailgate.
such a good driver, and the latest thing with the iRacing and stuff, he's just really
Yeah, I mean,
doing well with that.
he when you watch him in these endurance races, Milty, he just turns lap after lap. Nothing flashy, nothing's that's gonna make anyone ooh and ah about it. But at the end of the run, the car's clean, and the lap times just keep going down and down. And the pace car had made a sharp left turn here, so we're gonna get back to green flag racing. We're on lap 64 of 107. Jeff Hale, our leader. Rick Johnson second. Jim Christopherson third. And let's see if he can get that connection under control here, Milty. So far, so good for the 40 car. 57, William Codiani right behind him. Cold tires now, so let's see if.
I've been really impressed with William, watching him fight back from bad luck and racing clean. His dad talked about him as, you think I'm good. This guy's good, but what I always look at is how's the guy race other people. Guy can be fast for one lap. Right now, what I'm seeing is clean, smart driving. He's very focused. He don't say much, and and he's a coming here.
Yeah, and,
Rick Johnson into the lead or not?
yes.
Side by side.
Yeah, and eventually that's
Five
not going to
time.
work. Yeah, and 5 time into the
Oh man,
lead.
I lost a
The
lot of
40 and
races against
29
this guy.
side by side. And there's William and Mark DeSenza. Uh, Interestingly looking on here on this battle for second. And there's Pinky still hanging around here in this top 5, Milty. And
Boy.
oh, and 3 wide here with William Christopherson and Jeff Hale. And they finally sort that out. Oh, and the 40 car gets a little tap from behind, I think, there. And Mark DeSenza and the 40
Oh,
into the wall.
oh, Racing is so fickle, man. I mean, you can hit the nail on the head, and then you can go a long time. But stuff keeps happening to you. It's just
Yeah, and there was just no room. That was just some
no
tight
room.
racing, Milty. And you see the 40 car kind of moved up, and Mark was just sandwiched between the 40 and the 23 car right there. Really nowhere to go, and you can see he was on the brakes and
Yeah,
contact.
40 was going down low, and he didn't. He tried to make, uh,
And
and he
the
was.
007 also, Dan Jones, took a pretty hard hit there on the outside wall as well. And you see the front end of Mark Desenza car bouncing off the apron as he came down from the banking. Don't know how much damage Mark sustained. Still in the race. Here we see the 40 car.
Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, sometimes you're both.
See lots of cars coming down pit lane. There's Pop.
Down pit road.
There's Jeff Hale. Oh. There's Rick Johnson also out.
No work on the 6 car. The great Mark Donahue number, at least from my lineage of my dad racing in Trans Am and stuff. That was the man, the 6, and in Trans Am, and
Of course,
no, with those colors, kinda,
and of course the
Sunoco.
of course the 6 for NASCAR that we remember most, or at least I remember most.
Mark
Is,
Martin.
of course, yeah, Mark Martin in that Valvoline car, in that Valvoline. The Valvoline 4 was running good today.
Well, don't forget Folgers and Viagra.
Yeah, what a better spokesman for Viagra than Mark Martin.
Yeah, he's in shape, that's for sure.
And
Well, yeah, the old guard like Junior Johnson and such, they said, "Oh, that kid's too scrawny to drive a race car," and that just made him more determined, turned him into a gym rat, and he was in better shape than
Absolutely,
half
yeah.
those good old boys out there.
yeah, he's probably in better shape the year he retired than half of the kids half his age there.
Well, heck, he'd retired much, and then Hendrick had him come back, and he darn near won a championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I see him on Twitter. He's a happy guy. He's done.
Yeah, that's fortunately in sim racing we can go, we can just get slower, but we can still race. In real life,
I've been
it's
talking a lot
time.
with my teammate Mark Dillon about how the future's going to play out, because the current generation of stars are like my age. I'm 38. These guys are within a few years of my age. Junior's 44, and he's having all these concussion problems. Jeff Gordon just retired at 42, 43, and you got all these young kids backed up in the Xfinity series that we're going to be looking for rides. And I got the charter system in play and all this. And like, man, something's got to give soon. I think we're going to see a rash of retirements. Yeah, guys retiring in their 40s instead of their 50s, like we saw in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
Yeah,
Because of the
absolutely.
pressure, sponsorship pressure,
Right, and the money. The money is, a lot bigger than it was for those guys in the 80s, so
Yeah,
they
the
had to
money's
drive
bigger.
longer to
Well, yeah,
make
The
the
these
money.
schedule
guys,
is longer, and the commitments of all the sponsorship and stuff like you're hinting at there. Yeah, that's the real grind that gets to them. And we didn't know until the last few years of Jeff Gordon's career how bad his back was.
right.
His kids know not to startle him unless he throws back out.
Old man Gordon.
Well, if you took some of the hits he took, I'd say
Yeah,
how good your back would
Right.
affectionately was known as the kid, of course.
be. Yeah.
And now he's the old man.
He had that hit at Texas and pretty much knocked him out. Nasty wrecks at Watkins Glen, at Pocono. If there was a place that didn't have safer barrier, he could find it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson even joked, how are we going to find all the blind spots in the track without Jeff Gordon out there?
Well, back to back to racing here with the lights out on the pace car. The 57 car, Milty. William Codiani, you're in the lead now, and you don't disrespect me by letting Pinky get around you.
Yeah, pretty good there, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Marlon
Marlin action there, yeah. But he'll be leading us down 57 car. And he will be leading this race, Milty. So just 36 laps remaining. Let's see what the kid can do up front. Pinky in second, Jerry in third.
Obviously, they stayed out, so
yeah, and with the way these the way these pit stops and cautions came, a lot of guys cycled through by pitting on one of them, staying out on the others, and that seemed to have benefited Pinky and Jerry and Ryan. And let's see what they can do with it. There's Sean right there in fifth place.
I like where Sean's
solid.
at. I like where Sean's at because he's got better tires and the option to do just what they did to him if we get a
I got a snowplow on the front of this thing, so I'm just looking to pick up some track position. What it was is I topped off on the caution prior, and I know I can make it on one can from here, and that's all anybody else was going to be able to get from that stop as well, but they just hadn't stopped the last time.
Yeah.
Other than that, they were going to need a can and a half.
So that was a good track position move for all these guys up front here, definitely.
Actually, this thing's keeping up better than I thought it would. I just hadn't been up near the front since I got damaged. But yeah, here comes Dog. Yep, I'm gonna get past.
Here comes Dog. How about that? Staying out like he did.
Staying out like he did. Then he ducked in with just one lap before they went back green to max out the fuel. And so he's got fresh tires and a full tank there by the Dog. Yeah, that's great movement. He took Ken Hansen with him as well. So both Ken and Dog with the same fuel and tires.
You watch Dog's evolution from, I used one of his wheels. The caution is out.
Caution is out.
Oh, it must have been Dan.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any smoke or anything on the track. Lap 75 of 107, so getting toward that. Now everyone that was even close to fuel can top up now and should be good to go.
Dan Jones, taking a look here. I think this is your guy here.
And we see the 57 leading the cars down pit lane.
Whoa! Somebody warped into Dan Jones. Oh, you gotta catch this, bro. This is really weird. He was driving and the car was like, that's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
I think it was Christopherson, because Christopherson also disconnected.
He flew like, his car was like perpendicular to the ground and flew into him. That's the strangest darn thing I've ever seen. They're going along.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Like,
yeah,
he's getting hit from some car that doesn't even exist.
Yeah, the 40 car just popped up right inside his car.
Oh, you see that? Look at that.
Yeah, and just a major wreck there. Yeah,
simulation racing here. That is definitely some serious warping. As bad as it can get. Obviously, that's gonna have to be dealt with here. you know, as far as dealing with his computer, and getting
both
it fixed.
are out of the race with an accident, so both their cars were too damaged to continue, unfortunately.
You never live twice, Mr. Bond.
Especially not when another car merges with yours, all Philadelphia experiment style.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the the worst of the warping and scenarios is when the car
I don't
just
know.
pops up right into your car and you're along
That
for the ride.
that dude flew like 100 yards into him out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and
and plus
I
he
bet you
was
he was sitting there going,
up on the top of the wall there, up on top of the wall and sliding along the fence for a second.
well, in sim racing, it's just like another failure. I mean, when you get a DNF or it's not your night, I mean, it's always there are factors involved. It could be a racing incident, could be a warping incident, could be your computer, could be a myriad of things.
It sure can. And
I had one. I had one at Indianapolis many, many years ago where my antivirus decided to update on a Friday night or Tuesday night, whatever night we were running then, and but everybody else, I just saw my computer drop to desktop, but everybody else saw was me go about 15 rows into the grandstand, then inside the pit boxes, then inside the second place car, and yeah, it was on from there. Pretty much half the field was gone.
It sucks when you're that guy.
Yeah, apparently
yeah,
some update to the program had changed the schedule, and I didn't know it until right then.
I hate when that happens.
yeah, and we see
You race long
lights
enough, it's going to be you sometimes.
Oh yeah.
lights still on the pace car. So one more lap
I'll be
before we
back.
go green. We're gonna go green inside 30 laps now. So if this race can get its legs underneath it again, we could see a dash to the finish here with no more pit stops required. We see some guys electing to shoot down pit lane just to top off. Maybe they were staying out from the previous caution. So the dog in, Ryan in, I believe Ken Soska also in. So that group of cars that benefited from that exchange has to relinquish that track position to top back up.
Yeah, I'm showing one lap to the good, but it's still recommending a splash.
Yeah, so we know if Sean is right on the edge there, that there may be some other guys right on that edge, if not maybe even a little further along. We'll see what they can do to save some fuel and get enough to get to the finish here with about 29 laps remaining. Looking at the running order now with all the pit stops complete, we see Jerry is our leader. Pops in second. We
How about that?
haven't said the 99 number all night long, and now here he is in second place. So Pops Margison, Milty, right there. And Pop's not known for the mile and a halfers, so we'll see what he's got in that big bag of tricks that he has. And there's Ryan Johnson, Jeff Hale, right there as well.
Well,
And
Yeah,
we're
Mark
Pop's a
seeing
racer, and
DeSenza.
he's got 4 wheels under him. He's good to go.
yeah, we're seeing smart veterans, professional sim racers taking
Green flag.
advantage of situations and seeing what they can do. They have no idea. They can't, see into the future. So right now they're taking their shot and see what happens.
And Jerry and Pops. There's Jeff Hale, Mark DeSenza, William Codiani. There's Sean right behind him. Ken Hansen and Josh Elliker fighting this connection bugaboo all night long. You can see he's still a little shaky, but does look better.
Green white. Oh,
And now Pops getting shuffled here by Jeff Hale and Mark DeSenza. And
tough
now
night for Perry Bond there. Just cut in that early wreck, and he's getting past there, going a lap down.
So our running order changing quickly. Now Jerry's being challenged by Jeff Hale, who gets on the apron there, and there's smoke. I don't see any caution though. And Jerry maintains the lead there. Jeff Hale second, William in third, Mark DeSenza fourth. Some tight racing with the 6, 29, and 57 right there. And just a little loose. The 57 got a little loose going into the turn there, Milty. Looked like he had to lock up the brakes momentarily, but kept it going. And Jeff Hale pushing the 57 down onto the apron there. Some hard racing there at the front.
Well, we don't know about we know a lot about his dad, Harry, but William's kind of a mystery. What he's done in the past racing. All Dad said was, "Will you wait till he gets here?" And I got another son. I'm hooking up. I mean, they're going to be racing from the same house. That's they better have some really good internet. We've had we've had a bunch of father and son combos, but father and son at the same house. It's going to be a trip.
Yeah, it might be a father-son-son podium we're looking at in the future, Milty. And right now, Jeff Hale has something to say about that. Mark DeSenza second, William back into third.
Well, you know, the Kodians, they have real racing lineage back into the day when my dad was racing back in the 60s and 70s. And so that's how they got their passion. Like all of us, we found ways through going to the races with our fathers and stuff, you know, and or whatever. However we got here, we all have the same passion, and there's definitely racing in their blood for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mark DeSenza's got a lot of racing in his blood, and he's got our lead right now from Jeff Hale. And Jeff and William second and third now in a real battle. And now the 47 car coming alive, and he's inside of Jerry here. And that's going to be for the fourth position. So Josh is really said, connection be damned. I'm going to take this car to the front.
Well, he's not out of bounds as far as
yeah,
you know.
It's unnerving
it's
maybe to be behind
it's
him.
Legally, but it's they'll probably be addressing that because that will definitely make your competitors. You know, I had a situation where I blinked on and off, and it was just, you know, there's no way you can race somebody like that. But right now, it's pretty solid, you know.
And there's just a big battle here between Jerry and Harry right there in the 13 car. Rick Johnson there in the 52.
Blimey, Harry.
Everyone right there. And there we see Jeff Hale and William battling it out for second place still. Mark DeSenza's our leader, lap 87 of 107, so just 20.
Oh, boy.
When we come back around here, 20 laps to go.
That stud, that dude, the 29 is, and the 57, I think they meant like personalities here. Because these guys are going side by side, battling. It looks like Jeff got the pass there, and Mark DeSenza is taking off with two deals there. I can't really know if they call them incidents. Pinky down on the apron there.
Yeah, it looked like Pinky coming back out from pit lane. William taking a look inside of Jeff Hale there momentarily. There's Josh Elliker in that 47 car. He's caught up with these two as they battle. There's Rick Johnson. Rick certainly not out of it with 19 laps remaining. And Harry in the 13 car also just a second off the lead, Milty. So they're still in play. Jerry, Ken Hansen, the 17 car T-Roy, who's avoided some big-time incidents with some quality defensive driving. And there's Slim Jim in top 10 now, back into the top 10 after the mistake on pit road by Slim Jim. This battle for second, Milty, is just not going away. And Jeff Hale.
There comes T-Roy on the inside of Ken Hansen. T-Roy, two great saves with cars planted right in front of him. You know, got new tires, got it back to the pits, and now the two Fords are going at it, the Young League Ford and the Coors Ford. And that's for P8. Jerry Forkolb, IF Jerry, F Jerry, you know, league admin, just an awesome dude. And an awesome racer, doing all kinds of different kinds of stuff. He took about a year off of running serious at FSB, focusing on iRacing and life, and seems like but he's been here every week here
Yeah, he
in
hasn't
this
missed a beat
series.
in this series, Milty. In fact, he's in the top 10 in points. He's making a serious run at a points run here as well for Jerry. And right
Plus,
now,
he brought his lunchbox for the 24 hours of spa with us,
he
and
sure did. And
while Melty was sleeping, he was running the car late night, and I knew when he was driving, I knew when I woke up and looked at my screen that our car would still be running, and it was. It was my turn to get in, you know.
yeah, absolutely, Jerry did a tremendous job in
Like all our
working the night
teammates, you
shift
know.
there. And right now we might have a battle for the lead with William looking on the inside of Mark DeSenza here. And Mark DeSenza does not like getting
Whoa.
passed. And he's going to make
He's
it
getting
hard on the
forced.
kid. But
He's getting
yeah,
forced.
he might not have a say in it. Oh, and there's contact. And Mark hard
Oh,
into the outside wall. And now the 57 is also spinning.
hard
Caution is
contact,
out.
and the 29 just really had enough time to get out of it, and he dodged a bullet right there.
57's rolling backwards to the line.
Yeah, we can, as we're watching from Jeff Hale's point of view, you see Mark and William just slight contact there in the corner, and Mark went around hard into the outside wall. And then as we continue, we see the
I
57 got
think William
loose from
wanted to
that
get low.
contact. Well,
William wanted to get low there, but he pushed up, and he didn't realize that Mark was still apexing the corner there. Obviously, he didn't want that to happen, but
yeah,
that's a racing deal right there.
yeah, certainly just a racing deal there, and that gives the lead of this race, if I'm correct, to the 47 cars, who's showing in the lead. Jeff Hale looked like he was going into the pits, and he shot back out onto the track.
Huh?
So Jeff, I believe,
He's taking a chance here. He was taking his heck with it.
but
I'm going with
everyone
track
else is
position.
coming in though, Milty. So
Yeah, that's
he's,
not good.
yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're Jeff Hale. An
You want
interesting move
somebody
by
else?
Jeff.
Yeah.
With
Don't you guys want to come
13
with me?
laps to go, we may be inside of 10. We may have a 10-lap rule here. Restart.
But look at this though. You got first place. You're Jeff Hale, so you're great on restarts. Tires are still good. Um, this guy in a one, if I'm gonna pick a guy to do a one lap shootout, it's got to be this guy in the 29, and or a 10 lap. What he's banking on is maybe it's going to get hectic behind him, and we're going to have another caution with four. Maybe I can run 4 or 5 laps here. Then we get another caution, and then I bring it home under caution, and I win this race.
Yeah, and
I think that's a good move.
yeah,
Go for it.
that certainly could be what's on his mind is that,
Perry
you know,
Bond is down low.
yeah, they're gonna,
He's a lap down. He needs to pit.
yeah, the lap down cars will come in. Even though we're outside of
There he
10
goes.
laps right now, we will be, I think, 10 laps to go when we take the restart. So lap down cars pit, lead lap cars pass those guys up, so they will be able to race for position. Jeff Hale is going to be shown as our leader. Now in second place, Milty, the dad. And we've been talking about William all night. Now Dad Harry is going to take a shot at the 29
Yeah,
car.
Dad, no slouch.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right. He collect. There's like 2 or 3 trophies. I seen him post in the forum there, and then Facebook. He's very proud of that. And I do the same thing if I'm lucky enough to get a trophy racing against these great drivers in this league. I post that stuff with pride, and
Yeah, absolutely. And there we see the 13, the '09 car. Brian Lamb is shown in third right now. So
Where did
Lamb,
he come from?
yeah, he came out of
Man,
nowhere. He was involved in some earlier stuff. The car looks okay, so I don't know if he had any damage. I know that he had to take some evasive action in some of those earlier cautions. The
well,
17 car, Milty, in these last 30 laps or so is starting to show up into the. Yep, Chicken Man's starting to show up in the top 10 there, and now he's worked his way up all the way to
at the
fourth.
chicken, boy.
And Slim was 10th. Now he is fifth, and Slim definitely knows his way to victory lane.
Dip
Uh,
yourself into a Slim Jim.
he may just take that 52 car with him here on this restart. Rick Johnson showing in sixth. There's Dog still hanging around that top 10. Ken Hansen as well. There's Jerry as well in the top 10 still. Ryan Johnson rounds out our top 10.
Jerry.
Pops has had a good run tonight. Ed had that scary restart earlier, if you recall, Milty, getting a little loose and spinning the tires. But he's fought back, and he's just outside of the top 10. So great
Yeah,
job
man,
by
he
Ed
was,
fighting back.
yeah, he was looser than a French croissant.
But right now the lights
You have to
are
ask me
out
about
now.
that after.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to know the answer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one sit there.
Uh, lights out on the pace car. Jeff Hale's our leader. Harry in second. Lamb in third. T-Roy fourth. Slim Jim fifth.
Slim Jim's battled all night. He practiced what he preaches. The professor, this league is at the pinnacle of what it's been as Jim Ray hands it over to Sam Young. The greatest drivers that have been here. There's been a lot of fast guys, but now there's a lot of fast guys, and they're great sportsmen. The structure of the league,
Absolutely.
the great racing is at the pinnacle.
And it's going to continue right now with a 10-lap shootout here at Kansas on Friday night.
Come on.
Jeff Hale, Harry Codian, Brian Lamb, T-Roy, Slim Jim. Will it be one of those? Will it be someone else?
We want you to push now.
Yeah, strategy's out the window. It's go time. Jeff Hale, as
Hale,
Milty has talked about, that cold tire restart.
Oh, we got a car sideways.
That looked like Lamb getting down on the apron there.
Rick Johnson pushing. The 25 goes up high. They're trying to split the 17, and they cannot.
And T-Roy keeps the hammer down and keeps Rick in his rearview mirror, which is not an easy thing to do, man. Rick Johnson had a great run on the chicken run. He's trying to repeat that performance tonight. Jeff Hale also,
Stockton,
Harry right there.
Here comes Rick Johnson taking a look, though. He's got 5 time against the chicken man, and he's looking low. I think he's going to take that spot.
Tight racing there.
Real close.
Tight racing.
Oh, boy.
And then Rick's going to take it all the way down to that apron line there, and he'll take the position finally from T-Roy. That's a tight battle there for third.
Yeah, it is.
And
great job.
And side
Great
by
racing.
side for the lead
Here
now.
comes Harry, but he's chewing on that, like Harry again, chewing on that skull. Just between sheet
And now here comes Rick trying to make it 3 wide for the lead.
Johnson.
And Troy and Slim Jim are right there. So we got 5 cars battling for the lead here.
That's what Rick Johnson do. He can put that thing into overdrive, and you never even side coming.
And he
Like,
is
where
in second
did that
now.
guy come from?
And Harry has enjoyed a little advantage here as they battled for second and third and fourth.
Rick Johnson with like 9 championships, and 8 or 9 championships to his
And that car is hooked up right now, Milty. And I think Harry's going to see a mirror full of 52.
You remember, I'm 5 time, son. Looking down low, but
Harry
Rick is
closes
smart
the
here.
door.
He
6
knows
laps
that
to go.
Harry is gonna is going to defend here. He
And
can't just drive it in there.
let's not count out the 29 or 25 here, as Slim Jim making a move into third place.
Well, Slim Jim's on the same program as the 52 was, saving his tires, working and saving it to the finish.
And
he's
Rick
hoping
is
that
all
these
over the
guys
back
will-
bumper now of the 13, Milty. They're going to be side by
Last
side
lap.
again.
Last lap for Harry, 30.8. Best lap, 30.4. So they're going as fast as they can. And here comes Slim Jim with the draft.
Yeah, and Slim's car is looking really good in the turns there.
Rick Johnson.
Oh, and Harry closed the door on him there.
He does. He gives him another nudge. This is the greatness of Rick Johnson.
Oh, and some great battling here with three.
He's defending here.
Wow. Some great driving there by Harry and Rick.
Looks down again.
And here comes Slim and Jeff Hale.
Oh, Rick pushed up there. He really used his tires up on those runs there.
I think he'll gather himself up, Milty. There's still 4 laps to go here.
Harry's in the pros now, but he hasn't dealt too much with a guy like this.
No, he hasn't. Oh, and he puts Rick down onto the apron.
He is really blocking hard. Rick Johnson is keeping his foot.
Oh, and they're side by side.
Down there. Rick Johnson.
And here comes Slim.
Harry's,
and Harry battling back on the outside.
He's within his rights there. Harry did exactly what he had to do. That's racing right there.
Then when they come out of the turn here, oh, now Rick gonna put him down onto the apron. And they returned the favor, and now Harry tried to pull the same move. Can he hold it? There's still 2 to go.
They're both pushing.
Still 2 to go here. Rick Johnson in the lead. Harry looking for a way to get around. Slim right there as well.
Go low here. He knows. Go low here. That gave him a little gap right there.
And they'll be getting the white flag.
And I gotta take my hat off to Harry there. He defended, but he did it just right without just blocking and wrecking.
And here we go. White flag. Can Harry have one more run left in that car? He's going to get a little draft here, Milty.
He's going to have to stick it in there now.
And Rick, man, strong down the back stretch, Rick Johnson.
This dude, I'm telling you, Rick Johnson, fight time.
And Rick Johnson is going to take a well-earned victory. Harry second, Slim third.
Just across the road from Doverdale, where Rick Johnson, the auto body
specialist. What a great finish.
And this guy works on classic cars. He's a craftsman, and he's a craftsman on the track too, and he won this race.
Yeah, he took this race from the 29, the 13, and the 25.
The race, I tell you. Watch out for that 52. He just sly. He just knows how to bring it home, man.
And some great finishes there. T-Roy brought it home with a top 5, Milty. Dog finishing 6th. Jerry 7th. Ken Hansen finally gets a finish, Milty, with an 8th place finish for Ken Hansen. That will feel pretty good for him, I'm sure.
That will, yeah,
And then Pops and Rick and Ryan. Ryan had a good car there all night. He got caught in that shuffle of pit stop exchanges, and I think he had to come out on the losing end there with those last cycles, and he'll finish with a top 10. But I'm sure he's a little disappointed there. I'm sure he felt he could have had a better car than that.
A nice top 5 for T-Roy. I mean, what a great drive. Smart. He had all kinds of bad things happen to him, but they didn't happen because he was smart and got out of it at the right time. 2 examples that you put in a instructional film about how to avoid an accident. Rick Johnson just tearing up the 5-hour energy brass there. They're gonna need a gardener here.
Yeah, and let's take a look at our final running order. Milty, 17 cars on the lead lap to finish this race. That's very impressive. 27 car field, 19 cars running at the end. Um, just a fabulous finish there. Rick Johnson coming on strong, battling Jeff, battling Slim Jim, battling Harry. Finds his way back to the front and takes the checkered flag. Some great runs there. William, unfortunately, I'm sure is not going to be too satisfied with that 11th place finish, Milty, but heck of a
Yeah, but
race by William.
he came up and showed what he can do. He's gonna get some W's, that's for sure, because he made his mark. It just wasn't his night. This is professional sim racing at its best here, and these guys are good.
Yeah.
Jeff Hale was still with the fourth there. He just didn't quite staying out there. Those tires ended up affecting him big time.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work unless he could catch the quick cautions like you were saying.
And let's see if Milty can rile up his his longtime teammate, Rick Johnson, up into the booth here, and see if we can also get Slim and Harry in momentarily to talk about the race here and why we have some time, Sean.
Yeah.
Of course, as Milty was saying, just a tumultuous week here in FSB with the unfortunate passing of Mike Baker, and then the other announcement of the boss man going to be stepping aside, and just a whole lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and next thing you know, Pinky will be driving a black car.
Yeah, then we'll know that it's come full circle when we see affectionately known as Pinky won't be driving a pink car. I hope that day never comes.
But yeah, it's been an interesting one.
Yeah, and
some good, some bad, some bittersweet.
Yeah,
but,
pretty much everything rolled into one this week, and sometimes when you have all these things going on, the best thing to do is get in the car and focus on something completely separate, and take your mind off it for just that moment in time, and those are good things, as we saw with Chris last night, Mike's son, just driving the car like it was on a rail all night long, and took a big win last night, and hopefully that helped the healing process for him. And we're slowly gathering up our racers for tonight, Rick, Harry, and Jim. And we
guys.
are joined now by the guys. And Rick, congratulations on a tremendous win, hard-fought win. Man, what a battle at the end with you and Harry there. Let's talk about
Thanks,
that,
guys.
Rick.
Was that a show or what?
Great battle.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get by him there, really. I know he had older tires, and I had 4 tires. So I thought I'd be had advantage to me, but phew, that was tough.
Yeah, and how Kansas really comes into play with that front stretch apron, Rick. And it looked like Harry kind of pushed you down into that area there once, and then returned the favor on that next lap there. But you can get a good run going into one there if you take that line.
Yeah, he pushed me down there, I think, with 4 to go, and I didn't go below the white line. Then we got around there to like 3 to go. I said, well, I'm going down there this time. So I went down there, and yeah, it stuck. And then when I took the lead, it was 2 to go. So with 2 to go, you're allowed to block. So he went down there, so I tried to block him a little bit, but he was already beside me. I was like, well, I can't go much lower. So, yeah, it was just fun battling.
Yeah, it was a great battle. And Harry, man, that was a tooth and nail battle there. You came up just a little bit short, but talk about it from your point of view there with you and Rick there at the end.
Yeah, it was an awful lot of fun there. Yeah, I had 2 tires, and Slim came on and told me, I think he's got 4, so we kind of knew how it was going to turn out there. And so lucky to get there. I mean, early in the race, I don't know if there was some oil down in pit lane or something. I was up on the jacks and got hit pretty good. And then I tried to give it away, sliding through 3 and 4. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but I was doing all I could do to not wreck it there. So very happy to have a second, and that was great battling Rick there. And yeah, the last lap or the lap before that, I still kind of had a spot, but I was under him a little bit, and I felt it starting to push, and yeah, I just had to back out and let him go at that point.
Well, that was great skilled racing there. You defended him as hard as you could possibly defend, and still gave him a spot. And he also, you knew you had, the five-time Pro Cup champion behind you. You knew he wasn't going to wreck you, and you got that battle at the end was just showcased, man. And then when the favor was returned, you know you did like you said, that was very very great pro racing there, and and great TV stuff there, man, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe the best view of that battle was in that 25 car, Slim Jim. Slim, adventurous race for you. Up to the front, back to the back, back up to the front. Um, you may have led in number of cars passed tonight, Slim.
Well, I got caught speeding twice, and I don't know. I just couldn't avoid it. I thought we were racing. I don't know how you can speed when but I don't know, man. It just every time I had it going good for me, I'd do something wrong on pit road, and get caught speeding, and that kind of ruined my race, I believe.
Yeah, because you had you were on the same plan as Rick. You guys started in the back, and you had that same ability to turn on. We saw Rick Johnson flip the switch, and I kept saying it all through the broadcast. Watch this dude, man. You just wait. He can flick the switch. It's one thing to flick the switch at the beginning of the race and go fast, but when you've been just kind of riding and all of a sudden you flick that switch, and late in the tire run, there's not too many people that can do that. And both of you were on that plan. He had better track position. You were one car behind him, and he was able to make the moves, and you weren't. But you fought gallantly to get back there. Even with those two mistakes, you were right there. But you had like somebody just like you right in front of you making the moves,
Yeah, you're exactly right, Milty. I'm sorry there. With Rick, yeah, you knew he was a quality driver back there. He wasn't going to take you out, but I don't think there's much paint on my bumper either.
It was as close as it could get. I mean, I was looking like with the magnifying glass, and it was so close. We got pretty excited in the booth there.
Yeah, definitely. That was a tremendous race there, and we're gonna bring up the points here, Milty, while we have a chance. And let's get this onto the screen.
Well, the six, Mark Cinza, he was up and down like a lot of guys, and just oh man,
and
that's how championships are won and lost,
And
points are up.
There's our points. We see Jeff Hale.
I just got poked there by the admin, Ken Hansen. So.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. I appreciate that. Jeff Hale remains our leader with a big 43-point lead. But as we heard from Jeff a week ago, Milty, he is going to be missing a week. So that lead will go away. Not maybe all of it, but a lot of it will. Rick Bisconner, solid second place, 2 points over Dog Palmer, and Pops tied with Jerry. So Jerry up 2 positions, as is Dog, with both with good runs there. So the points are tight at the top, just 6 points, separating second through fourth there, Milty.
Yeah, Rick had just a solid night, but not what he wanted. He would have liked to have finished better there, but he just keeps plugging along, and that's how championships are built. And you look at these guys at the top here; they're not the big race winners. They're
the steady guys turning in top tens week in, week out. And
you got a 20 race season. You got to show up every.
That's right.
You got to bring the car in the trailer, the virtual trailer, to in the
And
track. Yeah.
we also see that Slim moved up 3 positions into the 8th position, just 66 points off the lead. And as we
What?
said, it seems like a lot of points, but with Jeff missing a race in the near future, that numbers for everyone is going to shrink up dramatically.
Yeah,
So,
that was only
uh,
race 7, so we're not
look
even at the
looking
halfway point.
looking at second place, Slim, you're only about a 23-point gap into the for possibly the lead of this standings here, Slim. So
I had no clue. I had no idea I was even knew
Well,
points.
there you
that's
go.
our job, man. You know.
I just come out to try to win. That's it.
Well, in doing so, it's helped you because you're in 8th in the points and just about 20 something points out of second place.
Well, cool.
So there you go, and another week, Milty, and of course, as we said, uh, just quickly as we wrap up here, a very tumultuous week here at FSB with the passing of Mike Baker and Jim making an announcement that he's going to be stepping down in the future from leading the league. So just a lot of stuff to digest and a lot of emotion this week.
Yeah, I mean, we're a big sim racing family and a league family, and we all hurting for, and like all the posts on the forum, and pretty much everybody's already posted, but we're going to continue to support the Baker family, and Chris came out and won in his dad's car. I mean, and that had to be emotional for him. I mean,
Yeah,
losing
you could hear it in
father.
his voice for sure. Yeah, he was feeling
And
it, and I'm
and he's
sure.
going to keep doing it too. He's going to finish this season, and that's going to make it real interesting because he's a badass, and but just as a tribute to his dad, because he knew his dad was going to make every one of those races, and he's going to do his best to, and it's going to be good therapy for him, and like when my dad passed, and our league it's been 14 years. This league's been here, and this is where I came to, hang out with my buddies, and we all really, it's a big family, and as far as the stuff with Jim, it's emotional for me a little bit too, because it's just been so long we've been doing this. But the reality is, we're going to be in great hands with Sam Young, and the league's going to go on just like it is, and we're going to all be around racing. Jim Ray's going to be he's going to be in the FSB Cup.
Yeah,
He's going to be running.
absolutely. Yeah, he's
It's
going
not like
from basically
it's
the
not probably,
admin of the league and the big boss. He's just going to become a driver, and I think that's really what he's wanted to be doing for many years now. And
14
he'll have that
years.
he'll have that chance now, so that's great.
Yeah, that's
It's
very cool. But also, Chris, isn't he driving his father's car the rest of the season?
yeah, and
So that's got to be emotional as well.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
So we encourage as many people to show up on the, next race is Sebring, and we're going to be posting some setups up there, and just to hang out with Chris and run, and probably get your butt kicked by him. But it's just good therapy, and the stuff in the forum is his mom getting on and thanking everybody. It really makes you realize it's competition. You want to win and everything, but it's a big family. Really, we look forward to showing up. And then just one day somebody doesn't show up, it hurts. But we move on, and we honor him. We're going to honor him with the GTP series will be named after him, and we're going to have other stuff with our other fallen sim racers, and that we've raced with over the years, and continue that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you see there on the homepage, our FSB.com homepage, there a nice little remembrance there for Mike, showing him in his ride there. Looks like a little
Mazda.
Yeah, it looks like a little Mazda Cup action going on
Yeah.
there. But really, his pride and joy is on the right side, Milty, and that's that
Yeah.
GTP car.
He
That
worked so hard, and he was
yeah,
so
just
focused,
amazing at the
and
progress he made in such a short time.
yeah.
2 seasons ago, when we were just trying to get this GTP up and running again, me and him were basically running seventh and eighth, battling each other for seventh and eighth every race, it seemed like. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, what happened to Mike? He's not back here anymore. And then I look in the standings just because he was battling for first and second. And that is a testament just to the time he put in on the track. And yeah, it was just just totally unfortunate and just a tough thing that he was really coming into his own. At the age 70, he was coming into his own, Milty. And
Yeah, yeah. Our
you
last
know,
conversation, we
just
were drinking beers and talking after the race, and me and him were battling, and he, you know, he got wrecked, and but after the race, he was so gracious and so happy just to be there, and he was saying, next time I'm gonna get your ass, and then he said, you're lucky my son's not racing because he'd kick your ass, and you know what he did this week? He kicked all of our asses, but it
yeah,
just, it's just, it makes you, you want to cherish your friends while you have them. You never know when it's gonna end. You also want to cherish, what you do in sim racing with your friends, and what's most important is the friendships and being able to show up and race real people and that from a long time. Very special here, and something like this that happens, it reminds you of that.
yeah, absolutely, very much so. So we're gonna wrap it up now. Tremendous race tonight. Rick with a big win. Congratulations again, Rick. Harry, great battle.
Great job, guys.
Yeah,
Great show.
great entertainment there for us and everyone else watching. Slim,
You gotta watch this.
you know,
This whole race was just
uh,
awesome sauce, dude.
yeah, I know. A disappointed Slim took third, Milty, but it benefited him in the points. So we'll look we'll look at the big picture here, Slim, and not the medium
Oh,
results.
I'm not disappointed, man. I love this stuff. It doesn't matter where I end up.
He's a pro, and he knows how to get it done. And he always finishes well as long as he has good luck.
I hear you on that, and yeah, it was a great race tonight, guys. Appreciate it all. Again, FSBRacing.com. Go on the website, check it out. You can place to sign up if you want to get in on the action here. GTP, Winston Cup, uh, regular Cup racing, truck racing, Grand National racing, IndyCar, you name it, it's out there. And we're going to keep it on going. 14 years going strong, Milty.
Yep. So,
Great podcast, guys.
And thank you.
thank you.
We'll catch you on the next one.